What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you the next video in my must-have must-gag series. This is a series that I created to be in because I was inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series linked down below, as well as the community playlist. I am a member of the community playlist, so if you guys would like to see any other creator who subscribes and publishes in that playlist, then just check down below. I also always have all of the items that I talk about listed and linked down below if they are currently available. So please do go ahead and check out that. I also have other things, like if you're trying to communicate with me on other social media, or if you're trying to see my other channel, I'm hopefully going to have that constantly in my description box now. I think that's it. If you're wondering if I recorded this look, I did. It should, maybe, possibly, I don't know, be coming up this week. If not, it's definitely coming up next week. Who knows? Your girl is just trying to stay sane in this time period. That being said, if you're interested in hearing a lot more indie items than mainstream items, then let's keep it going. Okay guys, so I've been in a weird situation when it comes to makeup. I haven't been checking for any makeup releases. I haven't been checking for any makeup videos. Like, I've almost completely not even been on this YouTube channel unless I'm posting, and it's weird because that's never really been me. I've always been really into checking to make sure I know what the latest thing is, but I haven't been feeling it lately. I think it's just because for right now I have such a bad connotation with the makeup industry that I just want to kind of separate myself from that and just kind of recharge, generate all of that jazz. That being said, I have found quite a few things that I think are interesting and I would like to talk about, and some of them I'm actually interested in potentially purchasing when I'm off my no buy. If you guys hear anything in the background, I'm sorry. I waited too late to record today and everybody's home now, so I can't really do anything about that. What I feel like we're gonna bring this down a little bit. Yep, we are. Okay, first thing we're going to talk about. Natasha Denona created a new mini. It is the Bloom Highlighting Blush, and it is like a pinky shade with maybe rose gold to silver type situation flecks in them. This is my jam. This is my jam. Now, do I need this? No. Do I have a pinky glowy blush? Yes. But do I want this? Yes. I don't have much Natasha Denona, and I've always wanted her normal sized Blush and Glow palettes, not the big daddy ones, but the like smaller ones with the 4 pans. I've always wanted them for the glittery blush in them. So for me, this would be more reasonable and more able to negotiate me actually buying this. So for me, this is definitely a must-have, and I would definitely want this in my collection later on. Too Faced has also continued to add to their liquid lipstick range with melted chocolate matte liquid lipsticks. I'm assuming they're going to taste like chocolate. Like, they had another line originally, or at some point, that tasted like chocolate as well. I personally don't need any new... Oh, this is liquid eyeshadows, child. Look at me and look at me. This is actually interesting. That's actually interesting. I wonder if anybody has actually talked about this, because that would be nice actually. A matte that actually blends correctly. I know a lot of people were really interested in the Huda Beauty Duo liquids, but those didn't seem to really work. I do have 2 matte liquid eyeshadows from Ulta brand, and I really do enjoy those when I have the time to actually put those on. Granted, those are actually quicker than my typical powder eyeshadow looks, but I have to find a brush. And I'm gonna do a liquid eyeshadow. I'd kind of want the applicator to kind of work as the brush too. Anyways, I would actually be interested in trying this out. I'd probably go for like Chocolate Chai, which is the darkest shade they have available, just because that's probably more up my speed. Either that or Chocolate Bunny, because that's like the darkest neutral. Or no, not neutral. I would do Chocolate Chai, warm and Fudgy, maybe Chocolate Wine, and Chocolate Bunny. Those would be the 4 shades. If I could try any of them, those would be the 4 shades that I would actually try. Ulta Beauty did a collaboration with Marvel for Black Widow. Does Black Widow have a movie? Oh, she does have a movie coming out. Child, look at you and look at you. I haven't really even been checking for the movies, and y'all know once I'm not checking for movies, that's a problem. But for these, I mean, the brushes look nice. I've never really have I had any Ulta brushes? I don't think I've ever had any Ulta Beauty brushes, and the eyeshadow palette looks basic to me. So for me, this whole collection is a must gag. I can definitely pass. Natasha Denona came out with a mini for her retro palette, and I think this looks nice, but as you guys will have known based on the video that went up before this one, and hopefully I'll remember to link it up in the cards, I don't really check for mini palettes. I like them in the moment. I think they're nice, but if I'm gonna just go for a palette, I might as well just go for a palette. So for me, it's a huge pass or a must gag. Shop Peachy Queen has come out with a new palette, and this one is called Amethyst. I haven't purchased a new palette from Shop Peachy Queen since I did their Kush palette, and basically a whole bunch, if not all of the mattes got hard pan immediately. So that would be my one caution if you are interested in this palette. Other than that, I think it's nice. I think it's cute. I like the combination of red and pink, or yeah, red, pink and purple, but for me it's not something that I would want to get, so it's a must gag. NARS is releasing their summer collection where they look to be coming out with some more bronzers, a new highlighter, which is huge, a lip balm, and 2 lip glosses. For me, my problem with this collection is the fact that even though NARS is coming out with 4 different bronzers, there does not look to be a decent amount of depth, a decent amount of range at all, and that's just disappointing in my opinion. So this is definitely going to be a must gag or a huge pass for me. Ofra Cosmetics has done a new collaboration with March Beauty Word, and let me say congratulations, Samantha. I think this is outstanding that you've been able to do a second collaboration with them. Awesome, honestly awesome. For me, the only thing that I could probably get use out of, and that would be any type of interesting to bring into my collection, would be that blush duo. I think that would be interesting, because then I could decide if I want it to be matte or if I want it to be like more of a satiny shimmer with a glowy topper. This would definitely be something that I would be interested in looking at. The duo is $35, which I think is a little much. Granted, it's their normal size, but still it's a little much. Personally, I would wait for it to go on sale because it is like a pink nude, and only God knows how dark it would actually show up on my complexion. It does look quite dark on Trend Mood, which means it would probably be like a light pink on me, which I'm thinking it might look like my my really expensive blush. I can't think of the name right now. I think this would actually work on my complexion, but because I don't know definitively, I wouldn't purchase it personally full price. Plus, I have plenty of blushes. Terra Moon Cosmetics is coming out with some more pastel mattes and pastel chameleons. I think this is a new trend that's coming around again. A lot of people are actually really coming out with a lot of pastels. I talked last time about Menagerie Cosmetics and their pastel palette, and from what I heard, that pastel palette ain't too hot and you need to have a white base. So for me, I'm very happy that I did not go ahead and purchase it because I would have been pissed. I don't like using white bases on my pastel palettes. Anyways, tangent alone. I think that since I ever purchased, I don't think I've purchased from Terra Moon Cosmetics prior to my no buy. I would be interested in their chameleons. I've heard great things about their shadows. And as for the mattes, honestly, I have quite a bit of pastel mattes, so I think I'm good when it comes to those, but I would be interested in the chameleons. Dominique Cosmetics has come out with skin gloss shades, which look to be what are they? So I think they're like a cream highlighter, basically a glorified cream highlighter. I'm not mad at it, but I have found that in this type of packaging, I don't get much use out of them. Now, granted, I don't get much use out of cream products in general, but when the face products are in this packaging, I really don't get much use out of them. So for me, it's gonna have to be a pass, but I am still checking for Dominique Cosmetics. There's still quite a few products that I would like to look at, swatch, and potentially bring into my collection after my no buy. MAC Cosmetics has come out with their summer collection as well. There are 2 bronzers, looks to be 1 highlighter, a bunch of single eyeshadows, maybe 3 liquid highlighters, 5 lip sticks, 4 lip glosses, a new Fix Plus, and some brush and a brush. For me, all of this, it's pretty, but it's nothing that I need. I'm just kind of past the weird addiction with MAC. The only thing that might halfway intrigue me is, let me see if they have swatches of it. I don't think they have swatches of it, but if one of those lipsticks is actually brown, I do enjoy MAC's browns. As you guys can see on my lips is MAC's Consensual. I really love this shade. So that would be the only thing that I would bring in. But other than that, it's a huge must gag for me. Kara Beauty Official is dropping 3 new palettes at once: Orange Pop, Girl Scout, and Purple Haze. I think that all of these palettes look very pretty, but these are all palettes in at least the actual arrangement of shades. I actually already have palettes with these arrangement of shades. So typically I will still buy palettes if at least the arrangement is different, or the depth, the saturation, the texture, something is different. But for me, I feel as though I have all 3 of these palettes already in my collection, so there's no reason for me to actually bring these into my collection. Must gag. MAC is also revealed, and I believe launched since I tabbed this, that they are coming out with yet another Selena collection. For me, it's a pass. I don't have the nostalgia factor when it comes to Selena personally. And then just on top of it, like I said, I'm no longer in that drive where I feel I need to collect MAC lipsticks. Granted, I do really enjoy what they look like in my collection, but I don't need it. I've been able to figure that out lately. The Balm is coming out with some new products, a new eyeshadow palette, a new cheek palette, and 2 new cheek singles. The eyeshadow palette is a pass. The cheek quad, it looks to be all glowy cheek products, and I think that, especially since I never got the duos that the Balm came out with, this would actually be more worthwhile for me, because like I said, I don't need any more matte blushes, but glowy blushes. I mean, duh. So I would actually be interested in considering bringing in the Willpower blush quad to my collection. Linda Hallberg Cosmetics is coming out with the new Infinity palette. Oh wait, no. She took one of the favorite shades from the Infinity palette and she put it in a highlighter single. I don't have any of her palettes at all. I did want some of them, but I just never got around to it. So I think this is nice for those who may have completely panned that one particular shade using it as a highlighter. It would be nice to have this as a single highlighter. For me, I would just want to get their Infinity Deep 2 palette, because I think that would just works the best for me. Too Faced has also decided to come out with a darker shade in their, what is that highlighter called? In their Diamond Light Bronzer. Oh, this is okay, they're saying that it's a Diamond Light Bronzer, but that whole range is highlighters. So I'm convinced that it's actually a highlighter, but the shade is just a bronzer shade. So they have that. They have more liquid lipsticks, and they have a powder, primed and poreless powder, and even like a liquid. For me, this is all just a pass. I don't need any new highlighters. I don't need any new liquid lipsticks. I don't need any powders or primers either. Allure Cosmetics has come out with some new brushes. I have yet to try their brushes, honestly, just because I didn't think it was worth it, the price. But that big powder brush, I'm excited and would love to try. Granted, I have plenty of big powder brushes, so I really don't need to be checking for it, but unfortunately, your girl is checking for it. Lime Crime has come out with some new lip pops, which look to be that type of product where you can pop the bottom and more product comes out, but it also looks to be like more of a stain than an actual lipstick, or even more of like a lip chapstick. This is up my alley lately. I have been using a lot more products like this on my lips once my main lipstick or lip gloss or whatever have you wears away. So this would be interesting to bring in, but right now I think I'm good. Alamar Cosmetics is sneak peeking that they're coming out with more blushes. I still have yet to try their blushes, but I am highly intrigued to try both their blush trio and their bronzer trio. Those are two products that I want so bad. I want so bad. So I would love to see more products come out in this range, and maybe I can narrow down my options after my no buy is over. Kristen Lee Cosmetics has come out with the Birthday Bash Multi-Chrome Highlighter. I'm pretty sure this is going to be too light for me, but I think it's a really pretty shade, and if it'll work for you, go for it. I know I tend to use products that other people think are too light, but I truly feel that this is going to be just too light for me. I think the last thing that I have, which is pretty exciting, I'm getting through this quite quickly. Too Faced has come out with some more products to add into their Too Faced Tutti Frutti family. They have a new eyeshadow palette, which is called Papaya, and then they have a darker bronzer, which is Toasted Pine. The Papaya shade, I'm okay. No. The Strobing bronzer, which is in Toasted Pine, I'm intrigued. Now, the original bronzer was too light for me, but I'm intrigued. You guys know I love bronzers. Bronzers is where your girl is at. I love bronzers. So I would be highly intrigued to bring that into my collection and even try it out for you guys. But I am dutifully doing very good on my no buy, and I'm not going to break it now. That being said, out of this episode, what are the products that I'm actually halfway checking for? Let us go down the list. So that strobing bronzer from Too Faced, those blushes from Alamar Cosmetics, those lip pops from Lime Crime, that blush quad from The Balm, the blush duo from Ofra Cosmetics and March Beauty Word, and the liquid eyeshadows from Too Faced, and lastly the Natasha Denona Glow Blush. That's it. Granted, I didn't talk about too much today, but I am glad that I was able to really talk about things that were really interesting to me and narrow down the overall things that I talked about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's it. Yeah. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, it